What's up everyone, welcome Squad and welcome to Slavguns. I'm glad you're here. Спасибо, что вы все смотрите мой канал, и я надеюсь, что вам это видео очень понравится. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at something a little different. This brand new, just announced Ruger LCP II variant. Yay! Another pocket pistol, you might say. But this gun is quite different. Let's see what we can squeeze out of this gun at our typical 100 meters. Woohoo! I suppose it's much appropriate that this will likely be the last video for 2019. As Slavguns wraps up 2019, I'm blessed to see the growth we have seen on this channel. Coincidentally, that growth is partly responsible for me showing you this gun today. Unlike every other previous video we have done where I had to request the firearms for testing, this is the first gun that was sent to my FFL without me even requesting it. It was an interesting surprise to one day see a shipping notification show up in my email, and honestly, I'm really glad I did. What this is the new Ruger LCP II chambered in .22 long rifle, a new chambering of the very popular pocket carry Ruger LCP II pistols. While the gun is not a brand new model, this is a new chambering for the LCP II pistol. The LCP II was a fairly recent update to the first generation Ruger LCP pistol, the original compact 380 carry pistol. The LCP II made a number of meaningful upgrades and design changes over the original. This pistol is the very well-liked LCP II, just in .22 long rifle. For those not already familiar, the Ruger LCP II uses a one-piece glass nylon frame. Perhaps a scientist out there can tell me the difference, but I call it plastic fantastic. The frame is nicely textured and is a good compromise for gun gamers who prefer to bleed from gripping their gun and new gun owners who have not yet shot with sweaty hands or in the elements and don't yet understand the need for texturing and still think that those rubber Hogue grips are the best thing in the world. I'm gonna not getting Hogue as a sponsor. Versus the original LCP, the LCP II adds a bit more dimension to those grips for those with larger hands, with the added benefit of a slightly lower recoil. You also have texturing on the front, and even on the front of the trigger guard for the few last holdouts who haven't yet learned to shoot with a thumbs forward grip. The biggest upgrade to the LCP II came with the trigger. This is, in my opinion, one of the nicest, if not the nicest triggers I've felt or shot in a pocket carry or a subcompact gun. This is not surprising once you learn that this is not a typical striker-fired gun, but instead an internal hammer-fired pistol like we last saw in the Smith & Wesson M&P 380 Shield EZ. Wow, that's a mouthful. If you have not done so already, do take a look at the video linked above. Now, please don't get me wrong, this is not the nicest trigger in general. That would be reserved for 1911s, 2011s, and all things CZ. But rather, this is one of the nicest triggers in this class of firearms. The trigger blade itself is a two-piece with the dongle in the middle that is prevalent on almost every pistol. What it does is serve as an additional drop safety. What's nice about it is that unlike many of those guns, the dongle doesn't really stick out and gouge your fingertip as you're depressing it. Moving on up, the LCP II has this upgraded slide release, which is both wider and sticks out a bit more than the original LCP. What's also unique to the LCP II is that it has a last round hold open, not something you find on every subcompact pistol. The slide in LCP II is made of steel, which would provide longevity and reliability, and the gun features front and rear serrations, which are fairly important to having guns such as this and others with a smaller and thinner slide. The other big change between the original LCP and the LCP II is the sights. On the LCP II, you have fairly nice sized sights. Both the front and back are black serrated and they're not replaceable as they're one piece within the slide. What I really like here is that they're still very much usable while being snag free. The action here is a tilt barrel blowback design, slightly atypical for a .22 long rifle pistol. The barrel is stainless steel finish, so it definitely looks nice. The .380 versions use a blued finish barrel. Lastly, we have a few features that are unique to the .22 long rifle model. First, we have these extended serrations or bunny ears on the back of the slide, similar to what we saw on the Shield 380 EZ and on the VP9 pistols. This makes it even easier to grip and rack the slide. The second unique feature is that the .22 long rifle model features a thumb safety. The design here is a bit unique as it's more like a toggle switch that slides back and forth. The good news is it functions much like a 1911 style safety, and you can certainly train yourself to push it forward to disengage the safety with the side of your thumb. Slid back, it is safe. Slid forward, you're ready to shoot. The third feature, and perhaps the only one I'm personally not a fan of, is the magazine disconnect. It makes dry fire more sucky, and usually the triggers are not as nice as they could be. So, yeah. The .22 long rifle model uses 10-round magazines that are the same size as the 6-round 380 ACP models. More importantly, this gun uses the same trigger as the 380 and works with the same holsters and accessories. In essence, this is the perfect training gun for those carrying the 380 ACP as their daily carry. To field strip the gun, it's fairly straightforward. Put the magazine in, rack the slide to make sure that the gun is empty, drop the mag and grab something with a flat edge. And I suppose I can even use the magazine. Yes, I can. So what I did, this was here, use the magazine, pull this out. I should have dropped the slide. Pull that out. And pull the pin out. Take the slide and slide it off. Then take out the steel guide rod and recoil spring, and then you can take out the barrel. Clean it all and put it back together in the reverse order. One of the things I immediately noticed with the gun is just how big the rails are on the frame. This is certainly good and will have two impacts. First, more rail space allows more contact area for the recoil to transfer from the slide to the frame. Secondly, the more contact area you have, the more accurate the gun should be. This is why, once again, we all make offerings to the powers that be at CZ, and why Glock and accuracy are not the first two things you connect together. Speaking of accuracy, let's see what we can squeeze out of this gun at our typical 100 meters. I'm kidding.
I wasn't. Curiosity got the best of me.
Woohoo! For handguns, let's look at some of the reasonable ranges at which you may need to use it. Okay, so the first ammo we're going to test is going to be the CCI Mini Mags. These are the first 30 rounds that I'm going to put through the gun. I have 2 mags here, one loaded in there. no malfunctions. Very pleasant to shoot. All right, so the first steel plate that I'm shooting at is right around 14, 15 yards from where I'm standing. So it looked like a little low. Really, really cool. Okay, let's see. And I'm shooting at an angle because the sun is like right in the face, so I'm not even shooting it straight on, so we do have less of a target. All right, so let's go further back to around 18, 20 yards for the steel plates. Certainly functional. Okay, so we're going to try some Federal bulk ammo. Okay. So we can clearly see that the brass had absolutely no issues ejecting. Let's see. The ultimate question you may have for this gun is, what's the point, and is this a solution in search of a problem? After living with the gun for a month, I can wholeheartedly tell you that this is a fantastic gun that absolutely fills two needs. First, the Ruger LCP II pistol in .380 is now one of the most popular concealed carry pistols out there, and it's a reliable gun from a well-respected American manufacturer who stands behind the product. Most of all, it offers all of its features for a very reasonable price that can fit almost any budget. The problem with the .380 is the ammo price. Most often, it's more expensive than 9mm and other calibers. In order to get proficient with a firearm, particularly if you're a new shooter, it may take up to 5,000 rounds. For someone buying their first handgun, that's a large monetary commitment to make. This is where this pistol comes in. If it's priced around the same $300 or less that you can find the LCP II and .380 for, anyone taking personal defense seriously would be wise to pick up an LCP II in .22 as a training gun. And while the recoil is not the same, training with a .22 long rifle is far better than not training with a .380. One person who has seen this gun and has now shot it completely went from a "what's the point" stance to one where he's looking to buy one in order to train new gun owners with who are looking for a concealed carry pistol. The LCP II .22 long rifle is an ideal pistol to train with, whether it's for your LCP II .380 or other concealed carry options. The second use case which I see for the gun is for people who should have a concealed carry gun, but would not be able to comfortably or effectively use a concealed carry pistol in a larger caliber. The LCP II in .22 has an additional thumb safety and a mag disconnect. It also has an easier to rack slide with a lighter recoil spring and bunny ears on the slide that make it easier to grab and manipulate. Is it an ideal concealed carry pistol? No, but it's certainly better than nothing, and I still don't know anyone who wants to get shot by a little .22. The other aspect with concealed carry, even if you are comfortable with a larger caliber and even own a larger caliber gun, are you carrying it with you daily? Or is it simply too big, too heavy, or too tedious to have with you? The LCP II is a pocket carry gun. It's very easy to live with. Grab your keys, grab your wallet, grab your phone, and grab the gun. It lives quite well in your pocket, and you don't need to make a lot of sacrifices to stay protected. Speaking of pocket carry, the gun comes with a nice holster that works very well in my jeans. I can comfortably have it tucked in the front pocket, and I can comfortably draw from it. If you're a bigger guy or girl or have the gun in a larger pocket, I would recommend this, the new universal holster from Alien Gear. What's nice about it, it's also quite comfortable and it's still small enough that you can have it in your front pocket. With the belt clip, you can also have it on the small of your back, the hip, or if you don't value your boys, you can have it on appendix carry. Bottom line, the LCP II is a great concealed carry pistol, and the LCP II 22 long rifle is a terrific addition to the line. Whether you're buying this as a concealed carry trainer or even as a gun for those that cannot proficiently handle a .380, it's tough to go wrong with this Ruger LCP II. Lastly, I want to thank Ruger for sending me out the LCP II to try out and be able to have here for you at launch. Not only did it remind me why the LCP II was a great pistol for many, but to also realize how pocket carry is oh so much easier to live with. And thank you for watching, both to my awesome fans and those watching my videos for the first time. If you liked the video and learned something new, click the like button and share the video with your friends, family, or a gun guy or gal who would appreciate it. And if you haven't done it already, click the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date on my latest videos on brand new pistols, rifles, our precision rifle series, and more. And in a few short weeks, I'll be traveling to Las Vegas to cover the industry's largest event, the NSSF SHOT Show 2020, where we'll be bringing you daily content looking at the newest firearms and accessories, along with booth tours and interviews. If there's something you want to see at the show, or you have a question on this gun, let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching, keep on squatting, and I'll see you next time.